national points in Superboat International. S1 Miccosukee. There you can see thousands of spectators boats here in Sarasota enjoying this wonderful event that happened for the past 24 years here in Sarasota. Behind there is Big Pass in Sarasota, which is in between Siesta Key and Lido Key. Right now, Miccosukee Indian Gaming leading the way. This boat rigged and prepared by Supreme Marine in Fort Lauderdale. On board with Miccosukee right now. Shot off the back here early in the race. Right as they round the corner at the north end of the course there, heading right into the waves. A pretty good lead early on here. Miccosukee Indian Gaming, Wheels Beluga, Darren Schwartz, S1 out front in Sarasota. Those 2.5 definitely turning up down this backstretch. See a little competition rolling up on the inside. That looks to be TNT Custom Marine right there with Ian Blacker and Gary Ballou trying to get to the inside here at the south end of the course in Sarasota. Still holding the lead, the S1 Miccosukee Indian Gaming. Wheels Beluga and Darren Schwartz at the helm and throttles of Miccosukee S1. Leading the way early on in Sarasota. Looking back right there, you can see a close battle between Still and TNT Custom Marine S13. The orange boat is a 32-foot dug right. That is Still. Grant Bruggeman is the throttleman. Bob Noble Jr. is the driver. Other sponsors include Alista, as well as Klotz Oil, the boat prepared by Grant's Custom Rigging, and Offshore Outdrives of Fort Lauderdale. We see a couple teams getting a little bit off course here early on in Sarasota. Team TNT Custom Marine on the inside of the course. Ian Blacker at the wheel with Gary Ballou on the throttles. TNT Custom Marine, another 32-foot dug right. Sponsors aboard TNT Custom Marine include Sunshine Auto Body, as well as Pro Marine and H2O Full Throttle Magazine. Last year, TNT Custom Marine with the World Championship title in both the SBI and the OSS in Destin and Key West, respectively. Max's Grill from South Florida, another sponsor aboard TNT Custom Marine, as well as Crichton Properties and Frank and Jimmy's Propellers from Fort Lauderdale. Right now in third place in the Superboat stock class, TNT Custom Marine. Again, the boats look to be a little off course. Nobody can quite decide where to go. Mikasuki looks like they have the right line to the turn one, as Still and TNT are a little bit off course. Still definitely losing a lot of ground right there as TNT overtakes them, moves into second place. Rounding the north end of the course here, TNT takes over second place over Still after a slight navigation error. Definitely a little bumpy out here today compared to what it was Saturday when the boats tested. Many teams missing their setup just a little bit out here. There again, you can see on the outside of the course, thousands of spectator boats here in Sarasota, as there are every year. Beautiful conditions for offshore racing. Focusing now on Still, this boat operated by Bobcat Offshore Racing, with assistance from Still, a worldwide leader in machinery. Sponsors include Lista, as well as Klotz Oil, Grant's Custom Rigging, and Offshore Outdrives. Bob Noble Jr., the owner and driver, with Grant Bruggeman on the throttles. Great attitude on this 32-foot Doug right now, running third place here at the 24th Annual Suncoast Offshore Grand Prix. Still took a big victory earlier this season in Marathon, Florida, passing TNT Custom Marine late in the race to win. Looking ahead there, you can still see TNT Custom Marine trying to catch up to Mikasuki Indian Gaming. Great battle here in the Superboat stock class. All entries in this class with identical 2.5-liter Mercury outboards. Round in the corner at the south end of the course, Mikasuki still with the lead. TNT trying to squeeze by on the inside. Both boats catching some air right there as they make their way towards Lido Beach. TNT and Mikasuki locked in a battle for the lead here in the early stages of the 24th Annual Suncoast Offshore Grand Prix. TNT Custom Marine, also sponsored by AMF Offshore Racing. 2.5-liter Mercury outboard propelling that 32-foot Doug Wright towards the front of the pack. Team Still, S13, still back in third place, trying to move forward at this point. Looking back now, two more boats in the Superboat stock class. This is the 32-foot LA Marine of DV Cat's throttle up propellers, side by side with the 30-foot Skater of Superior Asphalt Inc.net, doing battle in the Superboat stock class. All the rest of the boats in the class are equal 32-foot Doug Wrights. We have two very different boats right here, with Superior Asphalt being a 30-foot Skater and Throttle Up being a 32-foot DV Cat. Throttle Up propeller is the current world speed record holder in the Superboat stock class at over 119 miles an hour. Going now on the S111 Superior Asphalt. There you see the S12 of Throttle Up Propellers. Steve Quick is the pilot of Throttle Up Propellers from Chicago, Illinois. Lee Austin of Fort Lauderdale is the designer, builder, and throttleman aboard Throttle Up Propellers. repaired and rigged and maintained in Fort Lauderdale, Florida by LA Marine. It's a 32-foot deep V cat. Obviously, throttle up propellers put the power to the water for this team. Very essential in all the team's speed records that they've attained. Winning a few races last season in 2007. This is the first time we've seen throttle up propellers, deep V cats, since the Worlds in Key West last year, as they had a horrific crash but walked away unscathed. Lee Austin and his crew at LA Marine has put this boat back together and brought it back out to race again. Here you can see Miccosukee Indian Gaming on the outside of the course, running in the Super V class, unopposed. Coming down now on the S111, SuperiorAsphaltInc.net. Throttleman Ryan Beckley, based out of Bradenton, Florida. The driver, Timmy Kenny, from Bradenton, Florida as well. Lots of local sponsors for this local Sarasota Bradenton-based team. The Salty Dog Restaurant, Bar and Grill, SuperiorAsphaltInc.net, DNA Energy Drink, Phil's Site Prep, West Shore Property Appraisal, as well as Innovation Marine Corporation, and WheelWash.com. Sports Stitch USA, your home for all your embroidery needs, is also a sponsor aboard the Double Edge Motorsports team. This is a well-sponsored team, Action Jet Sports, as well as Chicago Case Company. And Freeze Frame Video is proud to say we're a part of the Double Edge Motorsports team. Catching some air there, the 30-foot skater moving right along in these bumpy conditions. Taking a couple little flyers there down the backstretch in Sarasota. Go on board at the start here. Ryan Beckley on the throttles, Tim Kenny at the wheel. Doing a great job finding the way around the race course. Bumpy conditions early on here in Sarasota at the 24th annual Suncoast Offshore Grand Prix. Douglas Marine skater, SuperiorAsphaltInc.net, owned by 111 Double Edge Motorsports LLC. Tim Penny at the wheel, Ryan Beckley on the throttle. Other crew members include Sabrina Harris, Jimmy Spiros, Alan Luann Campbell. Everybody else that helps get Double Edge Motorsports to the race course. Throttle up propellers. trying to make their move, heading down the backstretch here in Sarasota in this, the bumpy section of the race course. You can see definitely several sets of rollers rolling in right there. Down now on SimmonsMarine.com, 34-foot Phantom running in the P4 class. This team based out of Ohio. And Simmons is the owner and throttle, and Jason Zalecki is the driver.